And what a horror story in Texas. The flash floods in Texas, the Guadalupe River. 51 missing, 51 dead, more missing. Children at a camp. And you know, when the president guts all of the early warning systems and the weathering forecast abilities of the government, these are the results that we're going to start to see on a daily basis, because he's put this country in so much danger by his horrible, horrible decisions and this ridiculously immoral bill that he just signed into law. As Republicans cheered, people will die as a result, and they've started already. Shame on him. Shame on every GOP sycophant who's listening and following the disastrous decisions of this mentally incapacitated POTUS.
One of the things people love about you is you speak your mind and you don't use a politician's filter. However, that is not without its downsides, in particular when it comes to women. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't. Your Twitter account...
Thank you. Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Only Rosie O'Donnell. I tell you, man, gotta love President Trump. He's never changed, man, and that's one reason why they hate him. You know, he can't be bought. Keeps it real, straightforward. You know, and called it for what it was from the beginning, and called out common sense, called out a lot of things that, you know, a lot of corruption, and that's one reason why they hate the man and why they don't want him where he's at now. But here we are. You know, and it's really a disgrace how they blame this man for everything. A plane can fall out the sky in China, Africa, or somewhere, and it's Trump's fault. These deranged lunatics, man. Democrats are evil, man. Just a bunch of lies, misinformation, fear mongering, hatred, Trump derangement syndrome. And that brings us to this lady here who is, you know, breaking the internet somewhat in the wrong way, and people are calling her out. A lot of people are calling her out, and got debunked real quickly. You know, it got debunked real quickly. As this Rosie O'Donnell blames Trump cuts for the flash flood deaths. People are dying because of President Trump, and you know how they've been running this thing, especially with the big beautiful bill, the Medicaid. They're cutting this, we're cutting that. When Trump talks about fraud, waste, and abuse, they say millions and millions and millions are gonna die. Well, it always, you know, they always say people are gonna die when it comes to Trump. This is gonna happen because of President Trump. You know, the fear mongering, the same rhetoric, propaganda, the same lies and misinformation. And another reason why, you know, so many people don't trust the media. And also some people are actually scared and start crying and break down because they really think Trump is, you know, what they say he is on the fake news media, that he's a dictator, Hitler, threat to democracy, you know, our sweet cinnamon sugar democracy, that he's the boogeyman, that he's evil, that he's a racist, all this crap, you know. And this is why people have turned off the fake news media. They don't care for it anymore. This is why CNN ratings are where it's at now. The MSNBCs, the New York Times, the Washington Post. Yeah. You know, the enemy within, the enemy of the people, the media, you know. And this is why so much independent media like us and many other channels and even people that I'm even close with, friends with, and I even call them family, you know, are killing it with independent media. You know, you guys, you know, there's a reason why, man. But she got debunked real quickly, you know, as she blames President Trump making cuts to the weather service for the loss of life during the Texas floods. And we're going to send our prayers, love, and condolences out. And this is not too far from where I'm at. Y'all know, born and raised Houston, Texas, you know. And hey, here I am, man. And when I work from Missouri City, I'm all the way over, I think on the east side in Dayton, Texas, you know. And it's a blessing, man. I wouldn't be here without you guys, you know. It is really, I appreciate every last one of y'all that show so much love, support, emails, DMs, kind donations, people that have been here from the beginning, from the music reaction days, you know, and seeing how the music industry has attacked me, my channel, and come for a lot of us content creators in the community, you know, and even being a Trumper, seeing some of the artists and labels that are against Trump try to attack the channel, you know, and then now seeing how UMG is taking over and just striking everybody, just hitting everybody's channels, and people can't even be reactors or make content anymore because of how corrupt the music industry has gotten. And a lot of y'all people, it might be new to some of you might not have known. And thank you to a lot of people that have been warning me over the years and warning me, especially of the new things that are rolling out for reaction channels and people that react to music and stuff. It's getting worse. Yeah, and they're making it now to where people can't react to music. They can't have music in their videos. Getting to a point there where it's UMG is trying to buy out everybody, man, and it's getting more corrupt. It is getting more corrupt because they see that independent artists are taking over. I'm telling you, people that are independent are taking over. Independent media taking over. You know. And that's one reason why they're starting to roll that out. And it just took place just this last month, you know, and I was trying to get back into recording music reactions on another channel, and they're giving us a hard time. So we'll see where it ends up, you know. But blaming Trump for the loss of life during Texas flood, this woman just can't get any more deranged. And as you can see, the derangement syndrome in this country is getting worse. And for people, and they look terrible, miserable. Look at this lady. I tell you, it's eating her alive.
And what a horror story in Texas. The flash floods in Texas, the Guadalupe River. 51 missing, 51 dead, more missing. Children at a camp. And you know, when the president guts all of the early warning systems and the weathering forecast abilities of the government.
I tell you,
these
boy,
are the results that we're going to start to see on a daily basis. Because
on a daily basis,
he's put this country in so much danger by his horrible, horrible decisions and this ridiculously immoral bill that he just signed into law. As Republicans cheered, people will die as a result, and they've started already.
I tell you, man.
Shame on every GOP sycophant who's listening and following the disastrous decisions of this mentally incapacitated POTUS.
I say shame on TikTok or the platform that lets you even upload this video. Shame on you, ma'am. You are a disgrace. Look at you, miserable. This lady is miserable, man. And then look, the weather service had extra staffers, and they were warned hours in advance. They had extra staff. They ought to put this woman in handcuffs, man. You know, all Democrats do, deranged lunatics, deranged liberals, these activists, all they do is lie. The mainstream media, fake news media, legacy media, lie. All they do is lie. They don't want to tell you the truth. It's just Trump is bad. He's destroying the country. People are dying. You know, But as dozens of kids, adults, people have lost their life, this woman here, all she could talk about is that it's Trump's fault. Yeah, that's you know. But people are understanding this now, and that's why this woman is getting called out by tons of people on the internet right now. You know, tons. Trump derangement syndrome. But they had extra staffers during the storm, and warnings were issued hours in advance. You know. Oh, this was her 4th of July message. Look what Trump derangement syndrome does to you. Look.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. But whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government.
What I tell you?
Come on, America. Keep going. Happy 4th of July. This is a sad day in American history.
4th of July, y'all. It's a sad day. I still hear Patriots right now because I'm all the way over here in the country. It's Patriots over here right now. I just heard a firecracker go off literally like 5 minutes ago. I don't know if the microphone picked it up, but I'm pretty sure it won't. I have good technology that I use to run my podcast, to run my show. Don't worry, y'all. Sometimes you might hear things. Sometimes this mic does pick stuff up, you know. But it's July 6th, and we still hearing firecrackers. Yeah, you know, this woman is pathetic, miserable, sad, a complete disgrace, man. But we are praying for America, praying for President Trump and his family, and everyone over in Texas. Again, it's not too far from me. You know, it's just seeing those stories of a young girl on a mattress, you know. 3 hours floating 3 hours on a mattress, and just, you know, hearing those survivor stories is the things that we want to hear, man. But we don't wish it on anybody, you know. And again, we send our prayers, love, and condolences out. You know, I brought a huge update on these floods in a video we did earlier today, you know, and our heart goes out to the family and the loved ones, man, you know. But these are the stories we're hoping to hear of, and to see the, you know, our troops picking up, you know, large groups of people, of young girls. You know, these are the moments that we're grateful for, you know. Life is so precious, man, and in a blink of an eye, you never know what's next, you know. And this is why we pray for America. We pray for President Trump. I send my prayers and love to you guys every single video, because we don't not know what to expect next, you know. And over here in Texas, I tell you, the weather is so bipolar. I mean, it's raining in the next hour, sun comes back out, it snows the next hour, and then all of a sudden there's a hurricane coming, and then, you know, it's just, we don't know what to expect in Texas, man. Texas is something, I tell you. But you know, glad that, you know, that this administration is doing what needs to be done. But it says, FOI, I'm sad to confirm the story of 2 girls being found alive in a tree here in Texas this morning is not true. Be careful about spreading fake news like this. All this doing is harming the victims' families. Keep praying for them. Wow, I'm just now seeing this. We didn't report on anything like this. So the 2 girls, that story was fake news. Fake news. And again, y'all be careful, man. You know, it's only getting worse with the fake news, the media, and people. You know, it's only getting worse. You know.
You know him as you know, been there. Very much. We've been in touch with Governor Abbott and very close to Governor Abbott. and everybody in Texas. Kristi Noem has, as you know, been there, and will continue to be there. And we're working very close with representatives from Texas, and it's a horrible thing that took place. Absolutely horrible. So we say God bless all of the people that have gone through so much, and God bless the state of Texas. It's an incredible place.
You know what I'm saying? God bless President Trump, delivering for the people in Texas. People are on the ground right now, Again, it's just sad to see some people come out like that lady or Trump with Trump Durant syndrome, and all they can do is just blame everything on Trump. Their car breaks down, it's Trump's fault. The tree falls down in their backyard, it's Trump's fault. You just can't make it up, man. But we are glad that there's been almost 1,000 that have been rescued, and we thank God that they made it out, man. But this woman here is a complete disgrace, and her lies got debunked very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. And all we can do is show it to you, and y'all let me know what y'all think, man. But hate to see this take place as July 4th kicked off, and the July 4th weekend. We don't wish this on anybody, man. We've already gotten caught up in a couple floods and hurricanes living over here in Texas, so we know what it's like. And, throughout my childhood, it's been some scary survival situations, man. And I don't wish this on anybody, But quite frankly, this life that we live in, we don't know what can happen next and what areas could be affected and what's coming. We'll get a warning, but it happens. So we want to send our love and prayers out, and I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your weekend. We're gonna have an amazing week, getting ready for this beautiful Monday. God bless you all and your family. Let me know what y'all think of this, and we'll leave a little special video for Rosie O'Donnell at the end of this video. So y'all check this out. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, join the family, hit that like button, and we're going to end the video off with this right here. Yeah!
Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. Rosie attacked me personally because I was very happy when her talk show failed. The other thing that failed, and this was a real monster, and everybody was suing her, was her magazine. Her magazine called Rosie was a total disaster. So I loved it. I gloat over it. I think it's wonderful because I like to see bad people fail. Rosie failed. I'm happy about it. She's basically a disaster. Well, she called me a snake oil salesman. And, coming from Rosie, that's pretty low because when you look at her and when you see the mind is weak. I don't see it. I don't get it. I never understood. How does she even get on television? I believe Barbara made a terrible mistake putting her on, and I think Barbara's probably paying a big price. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and out. Rosie's a person that's very lucky to have her girlfriend. And she better be careful or I'll send one of my friends over to pick up her girlfriend. Why would she stay with Rosie if she had another choice? She's trying to use ABC and The View to get even with me. But with me, we fight back. I'll probably sue Rosie because she doesn't tell the facts. As an example, I'm worth many billions of dollars. Now, she said I was bankrupt. I never went bankrupt. So probably I'll sue her because it would be fun. I'd like to take some money out of her fat ass pockets. I actually think they ought to look at her whole life and see where she's coming from because I think she's got some very deep-seated problems. Perhaps it should be Rosie that goes to rehab. Rosie is a loser.